three words will be rewriting the tradition. Hello, I'm Chef Ezekiel Tan from Suntec City itself. I'm the head chef here. I have been working as a chef for the past 7 to 8 years as well. I would say what I'm trying to do here is actually incorporate TCM into any concept or any item. I would say that at the start, I was more focused on local cuisine, which is like not Singapore cuisine. At the start of this place itself, they wanted to retain something that is traditional or like heritage. That's why they actually came out with this as like a shop front, where it's like Chinese medicine hall, which is getting lesser in the market as well. So that's why, based on that, I have to come up with food that is linked to Chinese medicine, which is something that I've never done before, but managed to do it quite well. My own philosophy is about back to the roots, where we actually use our original or like traditional items or recipes and recreate to something new. So at the start, we were actually just focused on restaurant and bar operations, but we actually developed a new range of ice cream itself, so as to allow people to know us as we are actually a speakeasy restaurant and not just like a display of a TCM hall. So the first ice cream that we came out with is actually the Red Date Longan. The concept came from the drink that we had during Chinese New Year, the Red Date Longan drink from Yo's. So we wanted to recreate something that is familiar with everyone's taste bud as well. For the sourcing part, is not hard, but how do you use the item, that is the bigger problem. The balance between usage of herbs as well as the flavor profile of the food, that was the hardest part for both our bar and I. Not allowing the overpowering sense of the flavor of the herbs interfere with the original idea of the food. Because some herbs have to be cooked for a certain period of time before the actual flavors get developed. And also some of it is after overcooking it, the flavor change. Even like Red Date itself, Red Date, if you cook it for a right period of time, it's still like sweet in general. But over like a long period of time, it actually turns sour. So we actually use different profile of the herbs to come up with a new product as well. Nowadays, the F&B evolutions in overseas is actually moving quite fast. So even like in Vietnam, in Thailand, I would say like all the restaurants or the speakeasies over there are actually doing modernized stuff as well. So one way is actually we recreate something from their dish and also substitute some of the elements out. I would say that most of the dishes are like a modernization of something traditional. So what we have here has also been like a baker's seat. So it's actually a Hakka type of food, but we're actually using it as a like Italian style, where we cook it in a carbonara and with truffle. I would say it's about trying something new in the market, or even from drinks itself. So actually I visit a number of cocktail bars as well. So in a way you can actually draw inspirations from them, or actually mostly from overseas. So at the start, we actually have our signature, which is our poached rice, where we actually use up to 18 herbs inside the broth itself. And that was the best seller from day one until now. So one dish that we did is actually our laksa dish that we actually are selling it right now, which actually is a hot and cold application of a hot crispy rice paper prawn dish with laksa ice cream as a pairing. So it has an application of both hot and cold, as well as when you consume it, it's actually a different texture and taste profile. So one regret would be not spreading the TCM as well as this wellness cuisine earlier. Traditional Chinese medicine is actually getting lost over a period of time, and I'm just trying to bring it back in a modern way where the common or the youngsters can actually try it without feeling scared of it as well. I would say being known as someone that focuses on TCM in Singapore itself, I think that is one of the most proudest moments, because I think it's quite hard to be named as that at any point of time. Personally, I'm actually planning to start something in Southeast Asia country, focusing on TCM as well, where only locals actually consume Chinese herbs more than overseas, as compared to countries like Thailand, Vietnam. I'm trying to make TCM more accessible to every different concepts.